Hi, everybody. The new season for Manchester United begins with the Community Shield on Saturday at 4 p.m. Central European Time. So, Manchester United will be facing Manchester City at Wembley um, just 77 days after we played them for the FA Cup final, where we came out victorious. So the Community Shield is the shield that is fought between the winners of the Premier League of the previous season and the winners of the FA Cup. So let's see how Manchester City are going to be set up for the game. I think they will use a 4-1-4-1 formation with Edison at goal. He has come back from the injury and was part of the squad if Ortega does play instead of Edison, then the only reason could be that the Saudi deal for Edison is almost towards the closing stages. So yeah, I think Edison is going to play. Defensively, Ruben Diaz and John Stones at the center, with Kyle Walker on the right and Guardiola on the left. Rodri will be the single defensive midfielder. Both De Bruyne and Foden will be sort of taking up a bit more attacking positions, and Silva on the right wing and Jeremy Doku on the left wing with Haaland up top. So I think this is going to be the formation that they will be playing with. But in possession, Manchester City is going to have like a 3-2-5 formation with Diaz forming the base of the defense, with Kyle Walker and Guardiola sort of mapping the wingers of United. So they'll be slightly above Diaz, with John Stone stepping into the defensive midfield area, or like the pivoting area for the midfield, along with Rodri, and the attack line is going to be with Doku, Foden, Haaland, De Bruyne, and Silva all up top. The key to success for Man City lies in those half spaces where Foden and De Bruyne sort of take up. So with them taking up these positions, they form a diamond formations on both left and right, with Doku, Rodri, Foden, and Haaland making it on the left, and De Bruyne, Silva, Stones, and Haaland making it on the right. So this gives them multiple angles to work with in attacking positions. So uh, this creates a lot more chances, a lot more shots on target, and helps them keep position as well. The key player for City is Phil Foden. So he's coming after a good season last year, and he's also done well at the Euros. He's a key player because he has a good array of shots under his portfolio, and he really links up well with Doku as well. And in addition to that, he is starting to look like how De Bruyne was playing a couple of years back. So he is finding those one-touch passes for Haaland, and could really be impactful for City. So that's a player that Manchester United should somehow keep away from getting into sort of a rhythm or emotion. Now let's see how Manchester United are going to be set up for the game. I think they're going to use a 4-2-2-2 formation, or something that they used in the FA Cup final. So I have Onana at goal, and for central defense I have Martinez and Evans. I've picked Evans over Maguire because I saw the latest interview updates from Erik Ten Hag saying that both Maguire and Lindelof are injured and are not sure. So I think Evans might be the only central defense option that we have on the right side. The same goes for the right wing, the right defensive position, the right back position, with Dallo, because Aaron Van Bissaka has picked up an injury. Um, and the same for left. Both Shaw and Malasia are out, so Amas is the only fit left back we have. Shaw, it's a bit more annoying because he was fit during the finals of the Euro, and then he had a break, and then for some reason he's again picked up a nickel, and he's not fit for the game the day after tomorrow. Then we have Mino and Scott McTominay in the midfield, and Mino has been a the person around whom we are starting to build Manchester United. So I'm really looking forward to see how he's going to do in the second season. And then on the attacking midfield, we're going to have Mount and Bruno. Bruno hasn't played any preseason games so far, but Mount had a really good preseason tour. So and last year he was bugged by injury, so he's not around a lot. But let's hope this year is better for him. And then up top, the wingers, it's going to be Rashford on the left wing and Amad Diallo on the right wing. Picked Diallo over Garnacho because Diallo had a fantastic preseason and he's a lot more fit, whereas Garnacho just came back to training last week, Friday. I'm pretty sure there's going to be a lot of competition for that position in this season because we have like four players who can play a right wing right now with Ahmad, Garnacho, Anthony, and also Sancho. With City being a high position team, I think for big chunks of the game, United are going to be in a 4-4-2 sort of a formation where we have the defensive four with the Dallo, Evans, Martinez, and Amas, but the wingers are gonna tuck in and gonna form the four of Rashford, Maino, McTominay, and Diallo. And the two people up top are gonna be Mount and Bruno, so they're gonna act as like the false strikers or the false nines on both sides. um, this is a slightly a bit more offensive formation than what we saw in the FA Cup final. This is because on the right hand side and the left hand side of the fallbacks, both of them are a bit more attack minded. So last time we had Aaron Wan Bissaka, but this time we are having Dallo in that position. And then last time we had Dallo playing as a left back, which was out of his usual right back position. So now we have a bit more offensive left back in Amas. At the same time, instead of Amrabat, we have the industrious Scott McTominay, and up top we have both Mount and Bruno, who are prolific enough to score goals. They have a good array of shots under their belt, and they bore a bit very good at pressing, and at the same time supporting the wingers on either of their sides. So this is a slightly more aggressive version of the FA Cup final that we saw. In possession, Manchester United might take up a 3-3-4 position with Evans being the base of the defense and Martinez on the left side and Dallo on the right side. Mainu will be the base of the midfield with Mount and McTominay on either sides, with Harry Amas slightly above Mount as well, because as you saw in the preseason for the goal, especially that he for the assist that he provided to Ahmad, you know where his position was and how good was his cross. So I think he's gonna take up similar positions when we have a possession of the ball, and Bruno is gonna move into the right wing position, similar to how Bernardo de Silva takes up for Man City, and then the central locations are going to be held by Rashford and Diallo. The key to success for Manchester United is going to be around how they defend very narrowly around the center of the pitch, especially. This is a similar formula that we saw in the FA Cup final, pushing the ball to the sides of the pitch, where even if the City players are taking shots from, it's not going to be as impactful. So trying to be very compact and disciplined in the center of the pitch is the key for United to succeed. And the key player for United is going to be Ahmad, because we've seen that Kyle Walker has better pace over Rashford. So our transition style football on the left hand side is not going to work, because Kyle Walker always has Rashford under control, whereas it's not the same on the right side. Diallo is a bit more troublesome than Garnacho is for Guardiola, because Garnacho is very direct and running, whereas Diallo has a lot more up his array. So he's also has those passes for Bruno and Mount, which he can deliver as well. So the passing array of Diallo is much better than of Garnacho. So I'm really looking forward to that competition of Guardiola versus Diallo, and how different it is going to be when compared against the Garnacho versus Guardiola. My prediction is going to be 2-1 for Manchester United. This is purely because City doesn't have a great record with Community Shields. They've lost the Community Shield match three out of their last four times. So I'm hoping that United can do that again to City and come out on top. Thank you for watching the video. If you like the content, just click the like button and also subscribe to the channel. See you in the next one. Bye bye.